This is the podcast.
Basically, we're just like being paid to be alcoholics at this point.
I mean, I will say something. You guys are the first guest to come with self promo and to have product placement on the pod.
Because you normally have designers, right?
We always have designers
who don't have their own products.
Actually, that's untrue. Sorry, we have had founders that have had brought their own products, but not placed it so strategically as to be seen, perfectly in frame.
The entire point of this podcast is so that people follow Esther Rum.
Okay, that's the main point.
Drink Esther.
At Esther. Okay, cool.
At Drink Esther.
Yeah,
that's the whole thing. That's
good.
why we're
just
here
keep
today.
repeating it. Keep at
All
Esther Rum. Sorry, is that on Instagram? Sorry, at Drink Esther. Okay.
We're on MySpace.
Yeah, MySpace.com/Esther Rum. 3, 2, 1. Kevin.
What's up?
We are early and we are on the run. How you doing? We got
good.
25 minutes.
Yeah.
No, we don't. We have 35 minutes.
35 minutes.
That's plenty of time.
Well, we should get straight into the bio because Neilo is an award-winning creative agency founded by creative directors Emunah Winer and Margarett, Margy, Kerr-Jarrett. Did I get
You
it
have
wrong?
pronounced all the things correctly.
Wow.
That's rare.
Based out of Columbus, Ohio.
Woo.
They create brands that get picked up off the shelf,
Oh my God.
explored and talked about. Their client range from tequila, cannabis, and dog food to global fintech, logistics operators, and healthcare providers. Welcome to the show, Emunah and Margaret.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Is it at Drink Esther Rum? Is
Yeah.
that the...
Let's mention that at least every
I
5
think it's
minutes.
our first promo.
Yeah,
pod.
first promo.
Yeah,
This is-
at Drink Esther.
This is not
First one
paid.
doing press.
This is not even paid promotion.
Are you guys morning people?
Absolutely not.
She is not. I am.
Okay.
Actually, it's a bit of a problem because I like to wake up early and do extra work before my kids wake up.
Okay.
But she likes to do it after her kids go to bed.
And I can work. I'm like a big night person,
Okay.
and I'm getting old.
Yeah.
So that's no longer sustaining itself.
You guys have a studio, Neilo.
We do.
And you both have 3 children.
We do.
How the fuck do you do that?
We basically barely do.
I think having the 3 children is our flex. I'm not going to lie, because we are forced to be incredibly efficient and to make decisions and to move quickly. And
I think it helps that we're both like equally insane.
That's good.
Yeah, it's very good.
If one of you was insane.
That would not work.
well, if one of us was very sort of process driven and needed everything to go very,
or if either one of us were
systematically-
calm in like any way, it wouldn't work. Also, we're so like pumped up from the kid thing that we get to work and immediately need released from the kid thing. So then plug it all into the work. And then that's like its own cycle.
Got it.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm dying to get to work.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Like
Let me do some work.
Work is the break.
Is heaven.
Work is the refuge.
So question for you guys. You both grew up in Ohio and met in Israel. What's the story? How did you guys meet?
It's a very good story.
Okay. I want to hear it.
I grew up in Ohio.
Okay.
I grew up in Cleveland. You know, if I was ever on a subway and
Yes.
I got my hot take, it would be that everybody knows at least one incredibly cool person from Ohio. At least one.
Can I pause you right there and say this podcast is hosted by one cool person from Ohio, Kevin Battori.
We did not know that.
Yep.
Wait,
We
where
have
in
a-
Ohio?
Cincinnati.
Oh my God.
We are one Jew and one person from Ohio, so we have
you're
a lot
basically
in common.
us.
Yeah, exactly.
If you just combined you two,
That's right.
Wow.
it would
Exactly.
be us, father, son.
Children. So I'm actually from Indiana,
Okay.
equally Midwestern, but we did meet in Israel. I don't even know how long ago, like 8 years ago.
We were working at an agency there, and then we found each other.
So 2 Midwestern.
Yeah. Well, it's a Jewish thing.
Okay, but I
Well-
don't understand. There are Jews in the Midwest that
Oh, yeah.
go to Israel
Yes.
to
Yep.
work at
No,
agencies?
no.
No. They go there for, religion and history,
We
and
were
then
bo-
they stay.
Both of our husbands at the time were in rabbinical school.
Okay, they're both rabbis.
No,
Well, I
Absolutely
mean,
not.
they have their certificate.
I'm also not married.
Right. She's
Okay.
divorced.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
The
We're getting into this.
husbands
Yeah.
have the rabbi certificates, but they're not practicing rabbis.
There are certificates that say rabbi.
With
They
their
exist.
with their names.
That's good. That
Yeah.
you probably need that to be a rabbi.
For sure.
So you guys both at the same time are at an agency in Israel, and you meet, and you're like, we're both from the Midwest of America.
That's it. That was like
That's
barely the
not-
connection.
Yeah, that's not very exciting. There's a lot of Midwestern Jews living there.
The connection was really like we are both insane and also desperately starved for like creative
fulfillment,
expression and fulfillment. And then we're like, okay, cool. Guess we're going to make an agency.
Amazing.
And then basically our whole play from day one has just been, we've like constantly been coming from nowhere, but just like meeting people and talking to people and then deciding that we're just going to make shit up.
Yeah. And one is a poet and one is a designer. You're the poet.
She's
I was going to say you are giving a poet aura.
Oh my God.
now.
What's a poet aura?
Oh my God.
Tell me.
I don't know. It's just,
I'm
it's
into
just,
it.
Yeah.
She's so smart.
Oh, we love each other.
So when did you guys meet? And how long ago was that from when you started the agency officially?
So we met about, I would say like 7 or 8 years, maybe 7 years ago at this point. And then we did not start the agency right away. We both ended up quitting the other agency. It was very bad. And then we both freelanced for a couple years and we each had another kid.
Yeah, it was great.
Okay.
And then we started the agency.
Well, before we started the agency, we actually like made up this bizarre little project
Called Two Jewish Women.
Oh my God.
Come on, I do research. We do
Yeah.
research around here. So you guys meet and you're like, we have a lot in common. We're both crazy. We both have a lot of
Yes.
kids and we both want to do more than what we're doing.
Yes.
And so you start the project Two Jewish Women. Do you want, tell
Well,
us
we
about
are two Jewish women,
I put that together.
in case you couldn't tell.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Margaret, Kerr-Jarrett, is a poet. And we're like, we're going to do a writing and design project. And we obviously had no client work at that point. So we're like, okay, we'll just make up a project. And then we did. And then what we realized very quickly from that project that we were really good at is getting press. So that one got picked up by like It's Nice That, which was at the time.
Shout them out.
Thanks, It's Nice That. Matt Alagia
Alagia.
is the one. Thank you, Matt. I don't think he's there anymore. But at the time, that was like a big deal and sort of demonstrated like, okay, there's something here. And then we're like, okay, I guess we have this visual and verbal thing, which wasn't going on then. And we like kind of made that up and coined that. And then we're like, I guess we're making an agency.
What I loved about it is that it felt like you wanted to like educate people and help people understand what makes you guys
I don't
who
think
you
we
are
ever
different.
cared about educating people.
Okay, then you just wanted to confuse them.
Oh,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Like
that was it.
confuse
That was
people.
it.
Also, I think we both love shocking people.
Okay.
Yeah. Shock value.
My number one desire is to confuse people and to make people feel very bizarre and perplexed and be like, what the hell is going on?
Well, and to feel very
Where do you think that
ambiguous.
comes from? Let's unpack that.
you got to ask my therapist.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Is your therapist on the line? Can we?
She's great.
Yeah,
She's
okay.
absolutely great. But I think that
What?
Let's dial
Your
in.
mic's not on, Kevin. Wow. All right. Cool.
let's dial in the therapist.
Yeah.
But
And it got you guys press. It got people
Yeah.
noticing, and then
Yeah.
you were like, "Oh, this is fun. We like working together." I assume that
Yeah.
that was the first
Well,
time you guys had ever.
I think people are always like, how do you work with your best friend? And I think the fact that we worked together first made it a lot easier because our friendship was built on working together.
Got it.
So
Were you guys a team at all, like at that agency, or just kind of like?
I mean, there was a team. It was a rather dysfunctional team, but there was a team.
Yep.
We were the best.
And so, so then you start the agency, and you decide to move away from Israel.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so
Yeah.
that's an interesting turn of events as well. We were both ready to leave,
Got it.
and then we like kind of orchestrated that we were going to move to the same place together. Although we also didn't. We were like, we're not going to force it, but if it happens, it happens.
it all kind of fell into place, honestly.
Are the husbands or family friends like? Is this one big group, and you're like, we're
So
making
it
decisions
definitely-
as a big family?
It's still a unit.
It was more before the split, but we're all on very great terms. We're all friends. Our kids are friends. It's all good vibes.
I mean, it's really like sort of. I love like the juicy bag, just like staying.
Oh
there.
yeah. That's art.
That's art.
That's right. Yeah, we have some art in the studio.
It's apps. It's
Mhm.
that's like
Yeah,
an
sorry,
exhibit.
it's distracting.
No, it's
the art is
I just keep
distracting.
being
I
pulled
know.
to it like the sparkle.
So you had the agency for a bit in Israel because I saw your brand new talk, which I really loved.
Yeah.
And you were talking about sort of working on crazy hours and sort of doing a lot of your presentations to, I
At like
assume,
9 p.m.
American clients.
Yeah.
At 9 p.m., fake drinking coffee, really drinking wine.
Oh my God, you paid so much attention.
No,
That's where our beginning
Our love for alcohol.
Yes.
started.
So when you started the agency, did you think that you wanted to prioritize
No.
booze or spirit brands?
No.
We did not. No, booze and spirits wasn't on our radar at all. But what always was on our radar was some kind of ownership over the products that we work on. I think we're also a bit different. I kind of saw the design world as a means to do something really creative and kind of break out of my bubble, but I never had these aspirations to be a designer because I came from this writing background and I just saw things differently. But I think from the beginning, we saw our agency as a way to get in with the kind of companies and products that we wanted to be invested in, but we had no idea what that would look like. In the beginning, we were like, oh, it's creative capital. We're going to be investing with our creative capital and we're going to get ownership. And then it's kind of evolved from there. But it was always a goal of ours to kind of move more towards having more ownership in some way.
Yeah, even like what Neilo comes from, creatio ex nihilo, to create something from nothing. Like the idea was always, whether or not we knew it at the time, but to make Neilo into some sort of vessel, like a holding company, which is what we're pursuing more and more now. Like we're opening up Neilo Holdings, and every client that we take on becomes one of our portfolio companies, essentially, including either we're making our own or we're
partnering with
partnering
others
and taking equity in theirs and helping build.
So how does that work if a client comes to you and they're like, hey, we want you guys to do our branding and design, but we maybe aren't as interested in this sort of model
Equity thing? It depends. Like, is the cash worth it? Is the project worth it? And then vice versa too. We've had clients come to us and say, like, we want you to basically be co-founders in this and take equity in it. We're like, I'm not really sure I believe in it that much, but we'll take your cash.
Got it. Yeah. Was Kasamala the first project where you guys sort of tested this model?
Yeah.
Came
So
to you?
it kind of happened to us. Transparently, it was my brother who came to us.
Okay.
Yeah. That's like,
He's the founder of the...
he is, there's 4 co-founders. We're 2 of them. He's one of them, and his ex-wife. So there's a lot of amicable divorces going on in the family.
Yeah. That doesn't
great.
sound complicated
Not
at
at
all.
all. No, it's a fun time. But he approached us, 3 years ago?
more, like
4 years ago?
3 or 4.
And he was just like, I have the name of a tequila, Kasamala. And we're like, cool.
And that was it.
And
you guys were like, we're in, but we need to be partners.
Well, it wasn't even that. At that point, he was like, let's make a brand. And so we just made up the whole thing. And then we worked with Haruko and we put the renders out there. And then we launched the case study. Nothing existed. Like there was no tequila.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There was not even an LLC.
Interesting.
It was just an idea.
Literally, it didn't
It's
exist.
just a concept.
It was just a concept. And then we started getting approached by investors. Like the venture arm of Diageo approached us. And they're like, hey, we don't know anything about this company. You guys are the only people associated with it, like on the internet. And we're like, yeah, it doesn't actually exist, but we might make it. And then from there, we made it.
That's so fun.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes perfect sense, right? It's a beautiful brand. It's the first time I heard of you guys. And certainly I imagine it probably put you guys on that sort of map in that way. Every studio has that project where you're like, this is the first time that I heard of them. And yeah, the packaging is everything I like about design in terms of it's bold, it's stylish, it's simple. The packaging is incredible.
Yeah.
You want to have it.
The tequila is really good.
Yeah. And so that brand, that's so interesting. You know that Liquid Death actually was the same thing.
I didn't know that.
They created it.
Was it created as a joke?
It was created as a joke.
I've been hearing more and more of these recently. It's it's a joke and then they make it.
Yeah, and they made a commercial. It's actually you can find it on YouTube. It's just like a fake commercial it's like an SNL skit.
Yeah, exactly.
And they took a Miller Lite tall boy and just put packaging on it, and the rest is history.
Yeah, and then they're like, oh, I guess people really want this.
And so what people wanted it.
Yeah.
And then a business was formed.
Yeah, I mean, then we worked for the next 2 years building the company. Margy.
Right. When you say building the company, it's like, I mean, when you run a design studio, a large part of what you're doing is mastering new subject matter. You're completely getting absorbed in a totally new topic and learning a new industry. And so we just went head on and learned everything we could about how to create a spirit brand, which is highly regulated, involves a lot of loopholes and kind of bureaucracy. And so there's definitely a knowledge barrier to entry. And once we had that, we realized that kind of combining that industry knowledge with what we do with brand felt very natural to us.
Yeah. And obviously, like, the case study was incredible from an agency perspective, but the best thing we got out of Kasamala was we learned the entire playbook of, like, we know every single point along the production line of how to make a spirits brand. And we learned that basically risk-free. And that's like hugely valuable. And we're just like, all right, we'll do it again.
Yeah, I was going to say, so you learned the operations of the alcohol business. I imagine that's totally, it's completely new, right?
That's
you have, and you put, it's on shelves. It's not just, so how is the brand doing?
It's selling. It's doing well. It's like, it's growing. It's on track. It's
now for sale. So obviously online, direct to consumer, but then we have New York, New Jersey, Illinois, Texas. Florida, Texas.
Amazing. And then after sort of, how many years was it in market before you said, let's do this exact same thing again?
Oh,
it was pre-launch.
It was literally pre-launch. And then we were like, okay, well, nobody launches a rum brand, which is why we're launching a rum brand.
Yeah.
Because like there's rum needs a rebrand.
I mean,
the whole rum.
We looked around and we saw tequila. It was so much fun working on a tequila, but it is so saturated. There are so many amazing tequila brands. It's so popular.
Sure.
And then if you look at kind of what happened in history, tequila didn't used to be cool and popular. It also used to have a bad reputation. It was known for making you really sick and hungover, and it was really strong tasting. And then a couple things happened. There was some key brands like Patron, and then later on like Casamigos that not only made cool brands that people suddenly felt attracted to, but they also kind of softened the flavor profile of the spirit to make it more universally palatable. And the same thing happened in gin. Like when Hendrick's gin came out, gin was like not cool at all. It was like old women drinking gin with olives. That was the impression. And Hendrick's came out, and Bombay to a degree, and they completely changed the landscape in terms of what people think of gin. And now gin has like been exploding for years. But rum hasn't had that moment yet, and there's no reason for it because it's just as good and cool as tequila and gin.
And there's like at least one, if not two, rum cocktails on every single menu, and we're like, there's a huge opportunity here. Margy's husband's from Jamaica too. We love reggae.
Yeah,
it all made sense.
I had a painkiller, which is just basically like a pina colada, 2 days ago by a pool, and I will say, really delicious.
It was delicious.
Yeah. So what did you learn from the first project that you brought to the second project in terms of Esther, now available at drinkesther.com?
Drink Esther. Follow Drink Esther.
That's a really good question. So much. I think that from a brand perspective, our approach has really changed. I think with Kasamala, we were able to create this one kind of beautiful thing that was so iconic and that people were so attracted to. But that's not the only way to build a brand. With Esther, we've been focusing a lot more on the energy around Esther, and then the details of the bottle and packaging and the brand are evolving and are a little like more fluid. We have a few things that remain the same, but it's much more almost like open source the way we're building this brand.
Yeah.
And we're less sort of precious and tied to every single detail being exactly this way or that. And that's given us a lot more freedom. And it also allows us to really focus on just creating that energy and vibe around Esther and inviting people into that.
It's actually made me totally change how I think about brand and even branding for clients, because what we used to do and what a lot of agencies are used to doing is like making this really perfect thing, handing it off, and then it's beautiful, and we have our case study and it's great, and then it's like whatever happens to it, happens to it. And what I realized is actually, well, we were talking about this yesterday, but like consumers don't care about, they need to be tapped into like a larger energy idea, feeling,
it's less about the details.
It's less about the details. So we're like, we're building out in the open. Things are changing. This is not the final. Nothing about this is final at all, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And like that's not what people are buying. You need to be smart enough to know what the subliminal messages are, to know what people actually do remember. But besides for that, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I love that you guys were kind of building in public in a way, and you're like, hey, here's a bunch of designs. These are not the final designs, but join us on this process and follow along.
Yeah. And then that's even become like part of the story too. This like anti-authoritarian, not perfect, not like pretentious
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the name Esther, obviously a biblical sort of thing. How much of your like Judaism do you find is inspiration for
That's
your
a good
work?
question.
I would say there's really two answers to that. Like on a personal level, it's hard to separate who you are from what you do. I think that, you know, our worldview is very informed by the way that we grew up and kind of the community that we live in. On the other hand, I would not say Esther is like a Jewishly inspired brand. It's really about the energy. Like Esther, the woman, was like a badass underdog who kind of manipulated things to get her way in a way that was under the radar and kind of not out in the open and not so loud. And I think that's kind of the energy of Esther. It's a bit under the radar. It's a bit of an underdog energy. So that is how we feel that our Judaism inspires this brand. I wouldn't say it goes.
We don't want it to be like a Jewish.
No,
product.
and I wouldn't say it goes like
Yeah.
much deeper than that, but definitely, you know, how we identify or kind of the feelings we have come out in the work that we do naturally.
And esters are the main chemical compound in rum.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, not exactly.
Okay, Margy knows things.
But esters are the chemical compound that give rum its like unique flavor profile. It's something that happens in the fermentation process. So it's like a cool nod. It's also a weird name, like Esther. It's not like beautiful. It doesn't roll off the tongue. It's like almost guttural, which is kind of cool.
We hope it's like bizarre and weird enough, like us.
Yeah.
That's a lot of it.
Yeah, I think it's a great name. I think it feels, it's got this like sort of feminine, but like the brand obviously has this like very masculine kind of energy,
thank you for
right?
saying
And
that.
it's kind of like lion and black and the green.
We're actually
the
making
green
this
is
more
cap.
masculine and more kind of mass market. We like looked at this. Well, we did this whole thing. We're like, okay, this is pretty, but it's too pretty. I mean, the whole thing is a prototype, clearly, but we're like, we need to make this uglier a bit.
I love this idea that you guys are just kind of prototyping, making.
You know how
and
amazing it's
launching
been,
and
like
putting it out.
That's something from a branding agency perspective I never would have felt comfortable doing.
Yeah.
We have been doing that for months now. And not only has it been like, oh, people still really like it. It's like the amount that we've learned on the fly. Like, for example, bartenders can't actually open this.
Also,
Or,
like for pouring, like we
Yeah.
got feedback from bartenders that it's very pretty, but it's like it's not comfortable to pour. So we're switching it out for a bottle with a slightly longer neck.
And it's like, now that we're actually the client, those things really matter because I want to make money.
You guys want to make money?
So much money.
What?
Yeah.
That's so crazy. of
It's
you.
so wild.
Yeah. So now you have 2 alcohol brands, 3 kids each,
Yep.
and an agency. How do you kind of divide the time? Where are you putting your energy? And would you rather be Collins or Pernod Ricard?
Neither. So there's actually a few. Do you know of? So Hendrick's Gin was created by this guy, Steve Grassi. He owns an agency called Quaker City Mercantile. Have you heard of them?
I have not.
So they don't enter
Exactly.
awards. And they fly.
Our aspirations have changed.
Yeah, they fly under the radar, but they do sick work. They've made Hendrick's. They made Pathfinder. I don't know if you're familiar with that brand.
The cars?
No, it's like a non-alc. So they do really good work. They have they mostly work in beverage. It's a lot of their own brands, and people come to them to build their brands.
Sorry, one more time. What's the name? Asking for a friend who's going to go.
Of the agency?
Yeah, the agency.
Grandview Mercantile.
No.
Wait,
Quaker's.
that's
the
literally
furniture
my
store in
furniture
Columbus.
store,
No,
yeah.
Quaker City Mercantile.
Quaker City Mercantile. Okay, keep going. Sorry.
So essentially, it's a bit of almost like a brand incubator where people come to them, they serve clients, they make amazing brands, but they also create and kind of incubate and launch a lot of their own brands. And they have all the resources available to them from the design agency side, but then they're also building out this like different type of business model. So that's more of the direction we want to head in.
Like the aspirations have changed completely from being a really popular and sort of famous and well-known agency to being a business incubator.
Yeah.
Which is oftentimes less sexy.
Yeah.
But again, like we're really more interested in seeing ourselves as entrepreneurs than agency owners.
Than maybe service providers in that way. But the tools that we have from having an agency is our literal secret sauce as entrepreneurs.
Yes.
And I imagine they feed each other, right?
They
totally
Their
feed each other.
experience building these companies really helps when you're building.
Well, that's
brands
the
for other
coolest
people.
thing too. Like, so we're speaking at this beverage conference, and we're feeding both funnels. Like,
Yeah.
on the one hand, we're promoting Esther. On the other hand, we're getting clients for the agency, and then we're building like immense thought leadership and status in both. So that's cool.
Right. Like I have this like Substack I just started recently where I interview beverage founders about brand building. So it's really like hitting the intersection of those two things. And it's also from a creative point of view. I maybe in the past would have thought, oh, but once I get more into this kind of entrepreneurial thing, I'm going to lose that kind of creative focus that we love so much. But I think building something is so creative. We are having a blast building our own brand. It is so much fun.
It's a lot more fun than running
Yeah,
an
I
agency.
mean, having clients. Kevin, can you just mute or
this part
bleep
out.
this out? But clients are. They're gonna client. That's my.
They're gonna
quote.
client.
That's the thing. That's what they do. They can't help themselves. That's what I was a client for a really long time.
Client's
So,
gonna client.
everything that anytime any client does anything, very clienty for us, it's just payback for all the years I did it to others.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I think learning and sort of having this experience of these companies and putting them out into the world and sort of it really helps you understand the role of brand.
Exactly.
And really why what we do as those service providers, but what that service actually needs to do
right.
in the world.
It's made me have a lot more empathy actually for founders.
Yeah, of course.
For so long, I still do believe in it, but like this idea of like creative capital, like we're investing, and I'm like, it is our secret sauce. It's our number one tool to make businesses successful is like the design and creative thing. But I'm like, it's not the same thing as investing your own money and like risking everything you have to build a company and like having empathy for decisions needing to come from that and from like profitability and it shifts everything.
Why Ohio?
Oh, that's such a good question.
Kevin, I'll point the question at you too.
Well, we also have it.
Fuck! Kevin's mic is dead.
Oh my God! Is that
Oh,
why you're so quiet?
I know, Kevin.
Do you want to come share with me?
Do you want to come over here and dual mic together?
But Kevin, you're so entertaining.
Oh, this is I was like, this podcast is missing something. And it's like, it's
Wait, Kevin, come sit next to me. We could share.
Yeah.
Come,
Kevin.
Yeah. All the Ohio people on this side of the table.
This will be the Ohio mic. Why Ohio?
Yeah.
I mean, I loved growing up in the Midwest.
Yeah.
And I have 3 kids.
I mean, the real answer is because we each have 3 kids.
There you go. It all
Like,
comes back to
that. They really exist. Like they're real.
How old are these children that you speak of that are very real?
10, 7, or almost 10, 7, and 5.
Mine are 9, 6, and 4.
Yeah, these are children.
They're
These
real.
They're
humans.
Those are real humans, and lots of them.
Yeah.
So one thing that I really love about your work, and I think even about your energy online, is it feels rebellious. I think there's a certain attitude, there's a certain aura, there's a certain like feeling that you guys are
confusion, perhaps
here to fuck shit up.
We are for sure here to fuck shit up.
Where does that come from, and why do you think that's important for what you guys do?
I can say why it's important for me. I think coming from places that you're expected to be a lot of things, I want to not be a lot of things. And in fact, the second we start finding ourselves like fitting into any mold, we're like, okay, time to break it. In fact, like that's almost what happened with the agency. We built the agency, it's going really well. Now we're an agency, and then we're like, now it's time to fuck that up and say,
Let's
screw
do
the
something
agency
else.
model. Let's do something else.
Yeah.
And every time that happens, we're going to do it over and over again.
I mean, I also think part of it, honestly, is just our taste and personalities.
There's so much like passion and like with the 3 kids and with
Right,
our
it
lives.
gets really pent up.
It's
It has to
there's
have
a
somewhere
lot
to
of
come
pent up
out.
energy.
Yeah.
And this is where it comes out. And it's like, seriously.
No, that's a great answer. Of course. Like it builds.
It builds.
And I would say, I'm not an Orthodox Jewish person.
You're not?
I'm Jewish, as I like to say. I've never been to Israel, but I imagine there's a lot of people that have preconceived notions of what Orthodox women
Yes.
should be doing or do.
Well, and especially in the Orthodox world, when we started our agency, it was really weird. People were not
They
did
not
not
down with it.
understand what we were doing.
Yeah.
At least where we were at the time. Now it's obviously different. But that's another driver. It's like, who wants to be told what to do?
Yeah.
And then like over and over and over again, like, and just this idea that we can do whatever we want.
Yeah. Which is the fucking best.
Which is the best.
Yeah. It's like, why? Yeah. What do you mean? Like, this is what I do. This is who I am.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I do this?
Like we never did anything that we've been doing to fit into, we have enough parts of our lives that we're doing what we're supposed to be doing and like serving other people. This has always been about us. Like this is not a do-good agency at all.
That's why we don't have a huge team. I mean, I just don't want to have to necessarily commit to any one model enough to build something where we have to constantly feed that. That sounds suffocating to me.
Yeah, and people talk about like, oh, I want to build this thing that's larger than us, that outlives
this
us.
Is literally
I couldn't care less.
No, and even like I want to do work that means something. I'm like, no, what means something is that I'm doing the work.
This is 100% a selfish endeavor through and through.
I want to do this for me and for my family and no one else.
Yeah.
And I love that transparency because I do think there's a lot of lying in design and branding where everyone's like, this is for the betterment of people.
Like,
and we want to change
design
the world.
for change.
I am not like making labels and making logos to better the world. It's not. It's because I believe in like beauty.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's
You don't have
can't
to.
that be meaningful?
You know what? You know why I do it? Because I'm really fucking good at it.
There you go. And because it makes you happy.
Exactly.
And
that's enough.
it's meaningful for me to do something that I enjoy. That's enough.
That's enough. And it doesn't have to be anything more. Do you guys do all the work yourselves or do you bring in other people from time to time?
We bring in other people. We've been and especially now too, because there's a lot of like the most of our brain manpower needs to go to this.
Yeah. And
that doesn't mean it's not going to clients, but we know how to work with, we bring on people basically to help at this point. And then we've also been working very closely with another agency, actually also in Columbus, Ohio, but they're amazing. Do you have Studio Freight?
Wait, there are two agencies in Columbus, Ohio? There are two. Whoa, I'm actually familiar with Studio Freight. Shout them out.
Yeah.
They do great work.
Yeah, they're great. So we've been partnering more and more with them for client stuff because that helps us offboard. I'm like, I don't really want to create an entire management team oversight, like not interested in that. And we can just work with them.
I think it's beautiful that you know what you don't want, and the flexibility that you talk about is really interesting because I talk about that a lot as well because, you know, there's this traditional agency model or there's this sort of like expectations. How big are you? People always like to say.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're like, well, I'll be whatever fucking size I feel like because this is my business and there's lots of design studios, but this is mine and it needs to work for me. And I think for you guys, it feels like this is what works for you is that ability to flex and to launch a tequila brand and then launch a rum brand and then what's next?
We like it gets to
Vodka?
be anything we want. Maybe. Kevin, we really miss you.
Yeah, Kevin, do you want to say something? Just say it really loud.
Just come.
Can you just at
do you
the
want to
very
represent
least,
Cincinnati, Ohio?
Shout out Ohio.
Yeah.
Or just tell people to follow Drink Esther.
How much weed are you guys doing now that it's legal in Ohio?
So much. Oh, Margy. Wait, hold on. You want to know the most beautiful thing?
Yes.
Margy's maiden name is Stoner.
Oh, wait, that's your actual given name?
Yes.
Okay.
Margaret Stoner.
That
and
was
I'm
my name.
Emunah Winer.
So we've got all our bases
So
covered.
all of the like vices.
All the
are
vices.
covered.
Stoner and Winer.
Stoner and Winer.
Yeah, that's your cannabis sub-brand.
There you go.
Yeah.
How many brands do you guys want to launch? Is this an addiction now? Do you guys want to just keep making and putting things out?
I mean, I do think, well, it depends. The first thing we want to do is exit, make a lot of money.
I was going to ask that as well.
Yeah,
is that
is
the goal here.
That is going.
Pernod, you listening?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Pernod,
Diageo.
Diageo, we're coming for you.
Bacardi, we're about to make rum cool.
Yeah.
So come
there
back.
You go. Yeah. A canopy. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take it.
We'll take it. We'll take it. I mean, the goal really is to create our own like investment hub where we're using branding and maybe like creating our own brands, also maybe like buying up struggling brands and revitalizing them and putting them kind of through the incubator. But definitely we see more and more in the future with Esther just being the start.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations, guys. Honestly, I really admire what you guys do, and I'm just a tad bit jealous because launching brands is fun, right?
So
it's
fun.
so fun to do that, and it's fun to do with other people. but it's really even more fun when you get to do it with your friends and you get to do
Your
it
best friend.
with no one else telling you what to do. And
We're going to have a rum launch party here.
Fuck shit up. Before we get out of here, anything you want to promote outside of Esther?
No,
or just drink Esther.
Drink Esther. That's all of it. And like maybe.
Well, there is one thing that might be worth mentioning, which is we have gotten a lot of interest from the design world, from other studio owners or designers who are interested in maybe making their own brands. And we just kind of put out a message. If anyone's interested in this, we're going to kind of host like a free masterclass or some kind of talk about it, and we've gotten a lot of interest so far. So if anyone is interested, they can message us and we'll put them on the list for when that happens, maybe later this summer, because I think designers or anyone in this field, sometimes they underestimate the tools they actually have to go out and make things, and most entrepreneurs actually don't have those tools. So it's a big differentiator. So if anyone is interested or wants to chat with us about that, we are very in favor.
And if anybody wants to give us press and feature us and talk about us, we
I
are
like that
very
you're currently
crazy.
Getting press, looking for more press.
That is
this
the
is great.
whole
This is
thing.
No, and I think it's a really important. The press thing is important too.
It's important.
I was actually having this conversation with a designer the other day, and they're just like saying like how they get like imposter syndrome or they feel bad promoting themselves. I'm like, just keep promoting.
Yeah.
Just keep putting yourself out there. It's cringy. It's gonna feel weird, but just like, and I love how you guys are like, we want it all. Give us all the press.
Absolutely.
But I also want to say that the Margy, the sort of thought about designers being more than designers, and that we have all these skills, and that we can build brands, and that we can also figure out how to make rum, and we can also figure out how to make other things, and we can launch
figure out
companies.
anything.
we could figure out anything.
We
That's
really
the crazy
know how
anything.
that is what we do. We figure things out as we go.
Think of like doing strategy for any company. Like you're literally you're learning an industry, and not only are you learning an industry, you're then telling another client how to be successful in that industry. If you can do that for them, you can do it for yourself. Amen.
Thank you guys for coming.
Thank
it's a
you,
beautiful,
guys.
beautiful thing you've built, and everybody go out there and drink Esther.
And follow Drink Esther.
Bye.